I just finally finished season 2 of Star Trek Picard. That's right, a dyed-in-the-wool Trekker just finished something that started a year ago. Greetings, Dave here, DCPFX. There, I want to talk about Star Trek Picard Season 2 because I finally finished it. And I said in the opener, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Trekker. I watched Star Trek when I was a kid. It came out in 1966. I was born in 1967, so I saw it in the 70s in reruns. A lot. I saw the movies. I love Next Gen. And I pretty much stopped there. I watched some Voyager, I watched some DS9. I didn't really like, DS9 and Voyager much, but I was, huge TNGer. So when they said they're bringing up Picard, I was right on, let's do this. Season 1 came. Okay, the ending, cybernetic Picard, positronic Picard. Season 2, Q. Right on, let's do this. A couple of years ago, well, I guess several years ago, I used to read a comic online, PvP online, and they had a great way of summing up a movie. It was, I believe, it was Aliens vs. Predator, and they said that was a 30-minute good movie wrapped in an hour of suck. That always stuck with me. So I'm thinking about Picard Season 2. The first episode was okay. The last episode was okay. That middle crap, well, it finished in May of 2022. I finished it in March of 2023. So that should tell you volumes right there. And even just little things. I know that they gloss it over. Now, this is not spoilers because it came out a year ago. They glossed over at one point saying, like Jean-Luc was talking about how his mother had mental illness, which we didn't hear about until this season. And his mother had taken her own life, which we didn't hear about till this season. All we had was in the first season of TNG, he sees an image of his mother while they're in a void or something like that. With the Traveler, and we saw that. And then in this little throwaway line, I always think back of seeing her as an older woman, and it just dumb. Also, too. Picard has an older brother, Robert. It was in the episode after he was, released or rescued from the collective. He went to hang out with his brother and they had a big fight, and then they made up and everything else. And that's the family he was mourning in Generations. Maybe I missed it, but not a peep. Now it's his older brother, but only by a couple of years. So Jean-Luc at this point in the in Picard Season 2, and in the flashbacks, he's 8, 9, 10. Robert would be, 10, 11, 12. He would still be around. But this whole, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Also, some of the shenanigans they did with Guinan, because Guinan changed. Obviously, you can't have Whoopi Goldberg playing that character all the time, and when we get to the end, we see the older Whoopi Goldberg, and she looks noticeably older. But we had Time Zero where they met up in the 1800s, and she looked then as she looked. Now in 2024, she looks totally different. Certain things I didn't hate. Well, I didn't hate. There were certain parts I liked. The Q part was great, John Delancey, and we try to, hey, what? That bit was nice. Now the whole part about Q dying, that's what was always presented, Q was dying, but he just was like moving on to the next thing. And he did the whole season of Season 2 as a gift for Picard, so he doesn't, end up alone without his family, which was explained well in the last episode. It's like the first one was okay. The last one was okay. It's all that dreck in the middle. And the worst part is the only character I really liked out of all of it, Christabel, doesn't go. Anyway, it was just a frustrating watch. Also, too, they had no Riker. And Riker is great. As you're seeing now in Picard Season 3, Picard is okay in his own. His character is sort of all over the place, but Riker is Riker, and he's doing really well, and we'll see what happens coming up this week for Episode 4 of Season 3. But I gotta say, I finished Season 2 finally, and it just was, the weekend, and the weather was kind of so I just was, okay, Episode 7, Episode 8, Episode 9, hey! Okay, a little bit. Episode 10, yes! So, anyway, I did some looking online, and what was it? IMDb had it rated at like 8, IGN had it rated at 4. I think really in the end, 10 episodes for the story they told, could have done it in 6. Could have done it in 5, probably. They didn't need the whole expanded. It just went on. And I got to the point where it's like, I'm watching, much like, when I was watching some of the newer Star Wars movies. I was like, is this over yet? Come on. So that's my take on Picard Season 2. It's done. Season 3 gave me some high hopes. Episode 1, Episode 2, and Episode 3 were, okay. Was from what I've heard from people talking about, the people who got to see the whole thing, they're saying that, yes, it does pay off in the end, which we'll see what happens, but it's kind of, And Picard's being, as I posted that last week, one of my friends on Facebook said, yeah, he's not even written correctly. He's not written, and that's not how Jean-Luc would act. It's not anything Jean-Luc. It's just, yeah. But hey, other people like it, and if you do, great. And it's just let you know that this wasn't ever my cup of tea. So there you go. Which I don't have this channel to complain about things. I just thought I'd give you my thoughts on it. Because I enjoy doing this. In fact, fun story, I just got a message the other day, because if you've seen some of the things I've done, I've made my backgrounds that like I use here. Someone said he had to comment on, this one. He said, I use this daily for my Zoom background. Are you going to make a Titan? And I was like, I don't have any source material. If I do, maybe I will. But I just love the fact that this is a video from October of 2021. Someone said, hey man. So I really like that. That's kind of cool. That is it for today. That is all I want to talk about today. I got through it. I'm sad to see Q go, because I always love Q. When I do some of these online tests, which character are you? Invariably I get Q. I always do. And John Delancey, what a treasure he is. So that is today's video. Hope everyone's having a great day. We'll talk to you all later.